As a food processor, the company is required to observe good manufacturing practices, or GMPs. To protect our product and our customers, it is our goal to prevent any and all contamination of our product by bacteria, pests, and foreign materials. To accomplish these objectives, the GMP regulations are to be followed and are strictly enforced. Anyone who works in direct contact with product contact surfaces, or in any other production areas with exposed product shall conform to these regulations to protect against contamination of product. This includes visitors and contractors who are in areas where product is being processed. In this section, we will cover a wide range of topics ranging from personal hygiene to housekeeping and ready-to-eat or RTE requirements. Proper personal hygiene supports our expectations of maintaining an acceptable work environment for food manufacturing. Therefore, it is recommended to take baths or showers regularly. Strong-smelling perfumes, colognes, or excessive makeup is not allowed. Hands and nails must remain clean. Always wash and sanitize hands when leaving the restroom and after meals or at any time your hands become contaminated. Notify a supervisor when hand wash facilities need to be replenished. Employees must notify a supervisor of any health condition that may be a source of contamination. For example, diarrhea, open lesions including boils, sores, or infected wounds, influenza, the flu, coughs or colds, or any source of microbial contamination. Any person who is shown to have any of the previous sources of contamination shall be excluded or removed from any location to prevent a possible contamination until the condition is corrected. In these situations, the employee's ability to work is determined by licensed medical personnel. Employees may consult with the Wellness Center at 661-797-6607 to determine the status of their condition. If a condition is noticed after the normal hours of operation of the wellness clinic, please reach out to the safety department at 661-797-6503 on what needs to be done next. Only a plain wedding band without stones or medical alert necklaces may be worn in the plant. No jewelry of any kind may be worn in the plant, such as, but not limited to, rings with diamonds or other stones, necklaces with or without diamonds or other stones, earrings, or visible body piercings. Artificial facial decorations are also not permitted, such as, but not limited to, false eyelashes, facial jewelry, or glitter. No watches are permitted in any production area. This includes employees that may not work in the production areas, but may find themselves in a production area. Hairnets provided by WP&A must be worn in all production areas where processing or handling of exposed product occurs or the potential of exposed product exists. Hair must be completely covered by the hairnet. Beards, mustaches, and sideburns that are a half-inch or more below the ear must be covered by a beard restraint, otherwise called a beard net. Shipping and finished goods storage areas are examples of where the hairnet policy may not apply. Hair rollers and pins are not allowed. A barrette bar, 2 inches or larger, scarf, or bandana neatly worn underneath the hairnet is permitted. Nail polish, artificial nails, and nail jewelry are not allowed in any production areas. Employees working in processing areas shall ensure their nails are clean and trimmed, shorter than the fingertip, to prevent the nail from breaking and contaminating the product. Visitors, persons not working for WP&A, with nail polish, nail jewelry, or artificial nails must wear gloves provided by WP&A and shall not be permitted to handle product. Anyone working or entering a production area must obey the following. Clothing may not have any adornments such as sequins, jewelry, embroidery, or fur. Embroidery on clothing provided by WP&A is acceptable. Shirts need to cover the midriff. Pants need to reach the ankle. For example, no shorts, skirts, dresses, or skirts are permitted. Any shirt or blouse that has pockets above the waist must be empty because loose particles may fall into the product. Do not place your glasses in your shirt pocket. Pens and other items pose a high risk of falling into the process. Therefore, pens and other items may not be carried behind the ear or clipped to the shirt. Clothing must always be kept neat and clean. Offensive or discriminatory language, lettering, or pictures will not be permitted on clothing, baseball caps, or face coverings. No sandals or high-heeled shoes or open-toe shoes are permitted. Only closed-toe shoes are permitted in the plant. Steel-toed or leather shoes are recommended for maintenance and forklift employees. A slip-resistant or oil-resistant sole is required. Shoes are to be maintained in a clean manner. Personal protective equipment, otherwise known as PPE, is worn to minimize exposure to hazards that cause serious workplace injuries or illnesses. These injuries or illnesses may result from contact with chemical, radiological, physical, electrical, mechanical, or other workplace hazards. Safety vests, a basic WPNA PPE requirement, are worn anytime an employee enters the plant, which is designated by the fences or while inside a production area. Hearing protection devices are required in designated areas. Hearing protection devices must be attached to a bump cap with a tie string. Safety glasses are required in designated areas. If you are unsure which PPE items are required for a specific area, you can find the list of required PPE items located outside of the processing area. Disposable nitrile or non-latex gloves, provided by the company, must be worn over any type of bandage or open wound while handling product, or when directed by a supervisor or lead. Cloth gloves used for warmth must be covered by a disposable glove when handling exposed product. Gloves are to be maintained in a sanitary manner. Always monitor the condition of your gloves while in use, and replace gloves anytime they become ripped or soiled. Remember to remove gloves prior to breaks, or using the restroom, and disposing single-use gloves in the proper trash cans before exiting the production area. Gloves are required in RTE areas when directly handling exposed product. Employees with a cut, scab, or open wound must wear a blue, metal-detectable Band-Aid provided by the on-site medical clinic. Band-Aids must be covered by a non-latex or nitrile glove. Personal water bottles or cups are not allowed in production areas. Water is provided by the company and is to be consumed using the paper conical-shaped single-use cups provided. Cups are to be disposed of into an appropriate trash container after a single use. Do not save the cup. Personal cell phones and personal radios are not allowed in production or storage areas. You may only use company-issued cell phones or radios in production areas. Personal items are not permitted in the production areas. This includes wired or wireless earphones not issued by the company. Lockers are provided for storage of personal items. Personal tools are not allowed in the production areas. Maintenance department tools are owned by the mechanics, and these tools are the exception. Medications are not permitted in the production area. Music devices are not allowed in the facility or production areas, for example, iPods, MP3 players, DVD players. This includes wired and wireless earphones not issued by the company. Employees shall refrain from spitting. Storage and consumption of food, beverages, candies, etc. is only allowed in designated break rooms. Within the fence line, storage or consumption of gum, candy, beverages, food, etc. is not allowed in production areas. Chewing tobacco is not permitted on the plant premises at any time. Smoking, including e-cigarettes, is not permitted on company premises at any time outside the designated smoking areas. Glass is not permitted in the production areas. Do not bring any forms of glass or brittle plastic from home or from La Cocina into the production break areas. This includes bottles, containers, condiment bottles like ketchup or hot sauce, etc.